Oh, crikey. Feeling in it. Morning, you've got the full day ahead of you. You've done a hard working week, and I'm in the Yorkshire Dales today. I'm bagging one of the Dales 2000 footers that I've not done. I've only a few left. Yeah, and I've been round about this one, but I've never quite nipped up to the top. It's called Simon Fell, and it's one of Ingleborough's satellites, really. Depending on time and how much I get distracted with the, see I'm doing it now, with the wildlife and flowers and things, I might nip up Ingleborough, but we'll see. I've got plenty of time on my hands. I'm just approaching now the Natural England offices, and there's a good orchid that grows on their land near the offices, and I've been told if you ask nicely they'll show it you, so I'm going to give that a go. That's if it's out, if it's in flower. It's quite an erratic flower, it might not be out, but it's one I've wanted to see for a while, so I'm going to give that a bash. I hope you can see this, but I found it. My target of the day, small white orchid. It's a very insignificant looking thing, but it's an absolute beauty. Right, it's time to stop poncing about with flowers now. This is where the climb starts. This is where I've got to do some work. The first summit of the day is Park Fell. I think it's about 500 odd metres, but it's just a stepping stone to Simon's Fell. Right, I'm having a rest out of this wind. It's blowing a gale. When I checked the weather this morning, it were on about gusts to 40 mile an hour this afternoon on summit of Ingleborough. Obviously, I'm a bit lower than that at the minute, but the wind's definitely got up. I'm just going to have my trusty boiled egg. Might have a quarter of an hour here. Just need a bit of a sit down. It's a nice spot. And then I've just got to scrabble through this all wall, and then I'm going to make my way along what I call the eye level traverse. And it's quite a dramatic for Pennines anyway, high level path that makes its way towards Ingleborough. So I've still got plenty of time on my hands, so I am going to make a bid for the summit of Ingleborough. I hope you can hear me in this wind. The clouds rolling in quite a bit from the west, and I put my waterproof on just to keep the wind off. It said that there was a chance of rain this afternoon. But fingers crossed, I don't want any of that. But this wind's right in my face, it's hard going at the moment. I'm gonna get a bit more. Come on. Just had a bloody nightmare. I was just filming that bit then when I was scooping up the water. And I put the camera down, I didn't pay attention putting it down, and it fell off a bit of a drop right into the river. It's making making all sorts of weird noises now. I've gone to GoPro now, but I'll see if I can try and dry it out. That'll really piss me off, that, if I've wrecked it, because it's only a few weeks ago that I got it back when it were malfunctioning. Now if I have to send it back to them again, I'm going to have to pay for it this time. This last bit of a climb up Swine's Tail, up to the summit, I quite like it. It's a little bit scrambling places. I think Ingleborough hates me. Just look at the conditions now. They were lovely earlier, took some nice pictures, sunny, and then disaster after disaster. Alright, I'm on my way up Simon Fell now. It's quite a boggy walk along this wall, and that pretty much will take me to the summit. If this weather don't buck up, I'm seriously contemplating just walking back to the car. I'm bothered about my camera. At least if I get it home quick, I might be able to dry it out. Leaving it overnight in a damp tent and stuff, it's probably going to end up costing me a lot more money. Oh well, the trials of wild camping. Simon Fell, was it worth it? Oh, what a remarkable, memorable summit of Simon Fell, whatever it's bloody called. I nearly walked past it. Right, I've checked the forecast and it's saying rain now till about 7 o'clock. So I've got a wild camping place in mind behind a trusty wall. So I'm going to go to that, not too far really, and I'll just sit back at wall and see how I'm feeling. Right, my original camp spot on Lord's Seat, just a complete no-no. It was just right uneven, full of sheep bob, just completely unsuitable. I think I am going to camp. I've come a bit lower down, back towards Park Fell, and I found a bit of a spot back of this wall, but I think I'm sodden. And to save weight today, I haven't packed a right lot of spare clothes because I was carrying a lot of water. I thought I'd shave my weight off by not bringing as much clothing. So, oh, decisions. Tent's up, sharpish now. I've just got to get everything in without getting things wet or wetter. I managed to get in. Oh, let's turn away from my bunion feet. They're not a pretty sight, are they? Sleeping bag scrunched up there, that's dry. A lot of mess down here. And anyway, I'm pretty comfortable now. I've just got to be super organised, which is not my strong point. Blimey, what a trip. Said there were a chance of rain this afternoon, but not like this when I set off. And if anything, I thought, oh, they probably got the forecast wrong. It looks so nice. Tell you what, a warm drink's great for morale. And it stopped raining, I think. But I don't know what visibility's like. Not great. So I started today's walk just up here above Gorber. I walked apart in quite a big lay-by there. And then I walked down the road a bit and followed this path to Colt Park. And then I had this steep wall section up to top of Park Fell. And it was around here where I had my boiled egg stop, and then I followed the high level traverse to Ingleborough. On top of there, you couldn't see your hand in front of your face, it was thick with mist. So from Ingleborough, I retraced my steps here and then onto the memorable cairn and summit of Simon Fell. Now my camp spot I was looking to use was around here, Lord's Seat, but with the conditions being misty, it wasn't great. I couldn't see particularly far, see if there were any good spots, and the ground were very uneven. So I thought I'll retrace my steps towards Park Fell, see how far I can get and see if I can find somewhere along the way, and if I don't, just retrace my steps back to the car and go home. But anyway, I'm camped around here, just above Park Fell. I'm at an altitude of about 610 metres, so bang on 2,000 foot. Just looking at the weather for Ingleborough, it looks like this rain is going to be going into early hours, but it should be fine by morning. Which means I am tent bound, and I'm going to be tent bound now till morning, so hopefully then, if things are brightened up, I can give you a bit of a tour around my location, which I'm not entirely sure about, because it's misty. It was misty when I set up camp, so apart from knowing it on the map, I don't really have much of a feel for it in the landscape. Okie dokie, it's 11:15 now, still raining, still gusty. I stuck my head out when it was still quite light, visibility's non-existent really, so I'm going to read for a bit and then I think it will be my bedtime. My mat, still got the Cedar Summit slow puncture mat, and it's on its way down quite a bit, so I'm going to pump it up just before bed. I've been on to Cedar Summit. I'm going to send it some this week. They said they'll have a look at it because I tried everything again after my last trip using it and just can't find the leak. So it looks like they're going to sort it out anyway. I just hope they don't take ages with it. Right, so I'll bid you good night and I'll speak to you in the morning. Good night. Well, that's where I was pitched. Had a bit of a check round, no trace left. I'll just give you a view of my surroundings. So there above my finger is Whernside, one of the three peaks. I'm just going to pan it round towards the sun. That's the way I'm going to go back over Park Fell. If I move it round this way, Pennygent's just above my finger there. And the other third peak rather, is that one, which is Ingleborough, where you can drop off. So hopefully that'll give you an idea of where I camped last night. One thing though about this spot, it's a great spot. It gives a right nice view of Upper Ribblesdale, but now it's clear. If it had been clear last night and I had my lantern on in tent, there's a potential I could have been spotted from the valley. because when I looked out this morning and it was still dark before sunup, I could see the little pinpricks of light at some of the farmhouses in the valley, so I could have been seen from here. But saying that, if it had been light when if it had been clear when I pitched up yesterday, I'd have picked a more secluded spot, definitely. Look at Ingleborough now, all sunny and welcoming. It's like it's laughing at me. Whereas on this side, I got friendly old Whernside. And there's another old friend just above my finger there. You can see sort of the opening of the jaws of Malastang. And on the left hand side of that is Wild Boar Fell. Right, well, I'm just scutting the shoulder of Park Fell, where I were yesterday. And then I'm soon going to be on that steep descent and straight down back to the car. I don't really know what to make of this trip. There's been some right good bits. The early part, yesterday, fabulous. And this Ingleborough Massif of Park Fell, Simon Fell and Ingleborough. It's a really interesting block of upland, really. It's well looked after. There's a nice mosaic of moorland vegetation. It's not overgrazed and wrecked. But that big chunker yesterday in the rain, and then the mishap with the camera, it sort of did leave a bit of a sour taste in my mind at times. Sour taste in my mind, sour taste in my mouth. But this morning's been really nice. Everything's wet through, my feet are soaked. And the bottom of my trousers are wet through because I've not got my proper gaiters. But all in all, a bit of good and a bit of bad. Now, I might just call at another little place in the valley to look for another plant. And it is a corker, so if I do, I'll show you that. But if I don't, thanks for watching. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you next time.